can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here. He is back in effect. We got KG. We got Spencer Raxter. We've got all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. And as KG would say, get your shit off. Jump on in there, and we'll take those comments. I'll let you guys program the show a lot of the time because, you know, why not? Why not? D-Mac,
what's up, Neil?
You came in. There was a new chair for you. You're fired up.
New chair, a new computer plug so I can reconnect with the peoples. Yeah, it's a good day. I was wondering, I had to ask Kenny. I said, I thought it was Thanksgiving this week, not Christmas, but things are looking up around here.
Black Santa came early for
so
once.
Wings won too. I mean, what are we going to do?
Woodward Sports chat thread, rest in peace. Yes, it is a rest in peace Tuesday as well. I got a couple that I can go with, but, you know, we'll do that one coming up in the second hour. Also, we'll talk to Dr. Pierce as well. Injuries everywhere, so definitely we'll get into that. But, yeah, D-Mac, you got a new chair.
I do. You
got a new plug, but in reality, it wasn't for you. We had a new plug for your Surface Pro.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. This is the shared upon this Surface Pro, and I don't know if this one specifically, but there's always been one in here for the past 4 years. So whether it's me sitting in this chair, Ryan, whoever sits in the morning, it's just a go-to. Like this. So I don't mind. I know you're going to try to stir it up.
Of course.
What do you mean?
Because there's a little bit of an issue, right? Because Kenny did what D-Mac would have done.
Yeah.
In that situation.
So.
Right? Because it's a team thing. So you could explain.
Yeah, so Ermanni.
No, let me explain it.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Okay, so there's a new plug for the Surface Pro for D-Mac. Like, as a joke, they put it in a gift bag and everything, and it said to D-Mac. But lo and behold, yesterday, Ermanni and Edwards needed a plug as well. And under direct order of Ryan Ermanni, KG said, well, there's a plug here, but it's addressed to D-Mac. It's supposed to be D-Mac's. Under direct order, Ryan Ermanni said, do you know who you're talking to? This is Ermanni and Edwards. You open that plug, and you plug that plug into this computer right now, or I'll have your job, KG.
That's exactly what he
KG said, okay. And that's how it happened. Didn't care that it was...
Put a little bass on my voice at least. Damn.
Not in that moment.
Yeah.
You were timid. You were scared.
I am a black man, so never want to lose my job.
So with that being said, D-Mac, that's exactly what happened. That's how it went down. No one cared that it was for you, D-Mac. No one cared about your 4 Stanley Cups. No one. It was Ermanni and Edwards' world, and we just happened to exist in it. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
You know what, Neil? I might believe that other than today. So I don't think Kenny would fall to that. I think Kenny was looking at the team.
Yes.
Right? Had to step up for the team and what would make the network better.
Thank you.
We will take into advisement what you're saying. I mean, that is one theory of it, but I'm not going to go with it because you're not going to burst my bulb today. All right? Because I got a new chair, right?
But you know that's what happened. It's like the college football playoff. There's always an ulterior motive.
This is where I'm going, right? Because more importantly, I just want, and this goes to everybody out there, because yesterday, and I couldn't be prouder, my wife, Cheryl McCarty, she finished her nurse doctor practitioner boards to become a board certified nurse practitioner yesterday.
Hell
It
yeah.
was the hardest thing she's ever
That's
done.
awesome.
But
Congrats.
to everybody out there who's studying, who's grinding, who's putting the work in, that there is, you know, there is a finish line, and you should be proud. So I'm proud of her, but proud of everybody out there who's putting the work in, and it can be done. And it's been a long process, and anybody who's been in the medical field knows how much dedication it takes to get there. So, you know what, Neil? Any other day, I'd probably entertain what you're saying and maybe have an issue with Ryan, but not today.
Stick says update on the plug gate. I cared that it was for DMAC. So there's that one out there as well.
Thanks, Stick.
FJ 1967. Congrats to your wife, DMAC. That is big time.
It's for take these times just to think of everybody because it's relatable to everybody who's out there grinding as we get ready. And it's a perfect week because it's Thanksgiving week and things to be grateful for. And I just love to see people that put in the work get rewarded.
No, absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. Mike G, rest in peace, Oakland's dominance in the Horizon League, just saying. And Anakin Skyogre, who just got his acceptance to Oakland, says, of course, as soon as Oakland sends the acceptance letter, they ish the bed. Well, Anakin, it was always going to be a bridge year. I told you that when it started. It was always going to be a wash this year.
They were waiting until you got there.
Yeah, it was always going to be a wash.
Right? You said Anakin's coming
Did I
next
do
year.
that right,
We'll
Spenny?
wait.
I think so.
I did do it right? Okay. All
At
right.
least you waited until you were a few games in like I did, so that's great.
No, it was always going to be a wash.
No,
I'll just sit there and say like it was always going to be that way. Woodward Sports chat thread, get into their Shane Daniel. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Whatever you say, sir. Was it like that, KG?
Not at all.
It wasn't? Okay. I didn't know. So anyway, Spartans got a win yesterday.
Yeah, big win. They're going to the championship of the Maui Invitational now.
Caught a break because UConn lost?
Caught a break because UConn lost. So hopefully they take care of business. Jace Richardson looking damn good out there, looking like our best guard. So hopefully you see starting minutes going forward.
Overcame the shooting woes. It was funny because I believe as a team, Oakland's one of the worst in the nation behind the three-point line at like 21% or something like that. During that game, Michigan State fell behind Oakland in three-point percentage. But they got away with it. They got the win. So there you go.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, they've been really good everywhere else. The defense has been solid. The finishing around the rim has been good. Rebounding has been good, but they just can't hit threes. And that's why I want to see Jace Richardson and Kurt Tang get some more looks because – I think Akins will eventually get his shot going. You know, he's a senior; he'll get rolling. But Kurt Tang and Jace Richardson are our best shooters, so they should see more minutes, in my opinion.
Yes. Also, big win for the Pistons. Jaden Ivey, D-Mac.
Yeah, no, I mean, getting it done. These guys just keep grinding, right? And it's frustrating some nights to lose, but pretty much they're always in the game. And the consistency of what we said from the beginning of the year with the eyeball test is these guys work. And it's a defense. To me, it's on their own end of the court. Mm-hmm. The way that they hustle, it's a different looking team. So they're young, they're still going to make mistakes, but look at like guys stepping up in key moments that we all thought and we were told before that they were the guys. Questions last year, but the questions seemed to be it was probably more the coaching than it was the players. So, I mean, they're doing better than I think.
I think that's safe to assume that was the case.
Well, no, but I'm
We've
saying,
got enough data.
But you got to save the players before it gets too late, right? You don't want, to going down with, and it's a lot to do with confidence with younger players. So, my question is, because I'm always going back to with that effort, even Jalen Duren, right? The things that we were talking about, Spenny, I didn't see as much. It seems as if somebody had a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, he's got to be the way that it is, but they're playing hard. That's all. That's what I could say, and that's all I really care about.
Jaden Ivey had 25 with 5 boards, 8 assists, was 10 of 13 from the floor. I mean, that's not going to be the standard going forward, but it was good to see. And is he ready to take a step? That's the question.
Well, that's the thing. Like when you're seeing these moments or whatever, this is what those elite players are trying to get to that elite level. They have these games.
Yeah.
Right? They go 10 of 13 and carry their team and win. So he's just doing stuff that a lot of guys in here expected with given the opportunity. And also, too, a lot of it this year has been Cade, right, down the stretch and stuff like this. So this is, as you know, as a team, as they're getting better because they're getting contribution throughout and by, their big stars. What do we always complain about? We don't have those 2 max contract guys or whatever, but do we have it in building in Cade and Ivy? Are they, the guys? So from last night and from what they're doing, they're showing them now. They got to continue to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to show more of it. One time is just not going to do it, but it shows that he has it. And to me, it's about confidence for the younger guys in every sport. So that's got to give him a lot of confidence. We'll see how what goes on next game.
And Ivy doing it in absence of Cade is big as well. He stepped into that role just fine, with Cade being gone. So
Michigan basketball got the win over Virginia Tech yesterday. They'll be taking on Xavier next. Xavier's undefeated this late into the season, I think for the first time in like 6-7 years, something like that. So, again, you knew that when Dusty May came in, he was going to get it cooking. They're fun to watch, man. They're
Which, by
absolutely
the way,
fun to
just
watch.
on that note, and because I saw Jesus, so did you see the U of M hockey game Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm glad Jesus is here finally.
Did anybody watch that? 3-0, down 4-1, finals 10-6.
Well, I got to
Win.
ask him because
They
this
won.
is, he's got the Michigan Rose Bowl sweatshirt on right now. But I was told
no, my God.
Michigan Western on Friday at Yost.
That is-
I have to know, who do you root for?
I'll root for a good game.
No, who do you root for?
Probably Western because
Probably Western.
I played against
Probably
a bunch of
Western.
I played against a bunch of guys on Michigan and I don't necessarily like them. So
Probably Western.
I mean,
So that's when it's personal?
it's a win-win situation. I mean,
That's not good enough for Neil.
No.
yeah, I don't
That
care.
shouldn't be good enough for anybody.
Yeah, thank you,
I
Spenny.
get-
It's
you-
not me
Hey,
up here.
guess
Neil.
what? You guys don't define my happiness. So
Neil.
Who?
go kick rocks.
Okay,
Neil.
go kick
And make
rocks.
sure you move that couch for when Maz gets in here.
Neil.
Yes.
Yeah, I
This is how the
probably
kids-
will have
This
to.
must be how the kids. Is this how the kids do it these days?
I guess
Just so
so.
you can't. Is this like the participation trophy? So you can't be disappointed. Yeah.
That is kind of a participation trophy.
That sounds like the participation trophy, doesn't it?
Does a little bit.
Thanks for coming out. Why won't you be diehard for Western? You don't think they can win?
No, I think they can win. I think it's. I mean,
Should be face painted.
I
up. You
see.
should have the
See,
horse
here's the
head
thing.
on.
Get
I
the
don't.
block W.
Come on, man.
I'm
Like,
I'm a college football guy. Like college hockey is good. It's great, but like I'm gonna be watching football on Friday. I'll probably tune into that game at some point, but most likely I probably
totally
will not
against
watch.
his brand, Neil. Isn't he the hockey guy?
I am a hockey guy, but
No, I know, but you shouldn't. Isn't that like that should be your wheelhouse?
Man.
it's either
Pick a side.
It's either drive up to Western to go watch the game because I would go watch the game if I wanted to.
Well, they're at Yost. It's Ann Arbor, so it's half the distance. So there you go.
I
See
believe
you
Friday
there.
they're at Western, Saturday they're at Yost.
I was told in the chat that it's at Yost. Whatever.
I know
Anyway,
Friday's at Lawson, but that's what the game I would have gone to, and I would have root for Western,
But if they play in Yost, you'd root for Michigan.
maybe. But
This is unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy, honestly.
This is crazy work.
I think this is the way the kids do it these days, Neil. Can't explain it. I mean, what happens if you had that question when you were his age?
Can we get it in the chat? Is this acceptable behavior from Jesus?
Is it? Yeah. Is this? I mean,
this is like it's like asking Darren, all right, do you want to root for one of the teams that you grew up rooting for, or do you root for the Red Wings?
He's rooting for the Red Wings.
I grew up rooting for the Red Wings as a diehard team when they sucked in the worst. They're worse than they
How
are
did you root for
now
the Red
and
Wings
ever
and grow
been
up in Canada?
In the '70s, trust me. But there was actually fighting. We could beat guys up. So I started from the bottom. I'm the one who had to live with all the Maple Leaf and Canadians fans and whatever like that. So, nice to be able to shove it up there. What's. But no, I always cheer for Detroit.
All right.
Then I have a second team, Edmonton, who is at the top when Detroit's out. That's cool. You can have a second team, but you got to be diehard for your first team.
All right.
Or I guess you don't.
I mean, I'm diehard
guess
for
we could just pick
Michigan
rocks,
in football, hockey. It can go either way. I genuinely. I mean, I play hockey at Western as well. Like, I don't really give a shit about their team. Like, it's like I have other hockey I'm worried about when I'm worried about Western hockey. Like, to be like that's straight up. I when I want to watch something, I watch football or I watch the Red Wings.
Zach B, fair weather fan. That was elite work, by the way, Spenny.
Thank you.
Elite work. Chuck Brewer, as a Michigan fan, I cannot accept this. Zach B, he's ashamed. George Ribbo, no,
Not
it's not
ashamed.
okay. Copacetic Sushi, unacceptable, all caps. Sauce Tin, Jesus is not like us.
I don't want to be like you.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, man. Good luck. Good luck in your future endeavors, Jesus. That's stunning. All right, we're going to get into the Lion stuff. The injury update from Dan Campbell as well. We'll have that for you. We'll react to that. 11:28. Is Neil scared of Caleb Williams? We're going to have, you know what? I saw, and I was going about my day, had a great workout at Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios, and I like to peruse the TV screens. You know, when you're running for miles on the treadmill, you got time to look around, see what's going on. And there was a graphic on ESPN that literally pissed me off. Is Caleb Williams going to save Eberflus's job now that he's playing well? Well, wait. 11:28. I'm not going to make it through that segment. Just so you're not. Just so you guys know.
Go stroke out.
I will. We're doing the injuries first, everybody, when we come back. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Speaking of Caleb Williams, when somebody told you take 2+ passing touchdowns, it was plus 440 because he hadn't thrown a touchdown in a month. You were able to cash that at Caesar Sportsbook. And if you were really savvy about it, you would have used the code Woodward1000 when you signed up, made your first deposit, made your first bet, and up to $1,000 would have got it back as a free bet if that first bet didn't win. So that's the move you can do right now. If you're new to the betting game, this is it, everybody. Caesar Sportsbook, the best app in the game. Really smooth, really easy to read, all of it. Doesn't glitch out. If you're a live bettor, it's perfect. So again, scan the QR code on the screen. Use promo code Woodward1000 when you sign up. Make that first deposit. Make that first bet. And if it loses up to $1,000, you will get it back as a free bonus bet. Almost like a do-over. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party. Every Lions home game live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Enjoy the pregame hype with a live broadcast every week with Woodward Sports personalities like Neil Rule, Sean Belegian, and the Heavyweights. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee and Les Stanford Automotive. Great drinks like Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Long Drink, great environment, and even better food. It's the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame watch party live from Second Best Bar, Detroit. Brought to you in part by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Les Stanford Automotive. Come get some.
Neil Rule here for Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider, powered by Michigan Sports and Spine Center, MRI of Southfield. D-Mac, he's your guy, man. Saved your career, right?
Absolutely, back in the day, especially that fourth cup. But no matter what age group, Dr. Pierce is the guy to go to for information. More important, not with me, but also with my son Griffin. So any of your kids too, or whatever else you want to do, Michigan Sports and Spine.com, 248-426-9944.
That was muscle memory, Spenny. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah,
good.
It happens. Elite transition, though, for making a mistake, if I do say so myself.
That was very nice.
Yeah, so people in the chat kind of getting into Justin a little bit, as they should. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there and get your thoughts in there. Spenny, we have Motor City Dan Campbell video, correct?
We do.
It's an injury update?
Yes.
All right, let's run that because I missed it, so I'm curious. I'm hearing it like you guys are.
So that's tough to say. I mean, I've got the list right here. It's that's tough. I mean, I think there's probably three of them that I think it may be hard to get them there, but it's really a day-to-day. It really is. We're going to know a lot more about some of these guys tomorrow than we do today, and then, it's going to come down to the wire with a number of them. That's the challenge with the short week. The good news is I think most of these are not some long-term thing, but the problem is 3 days to turn around and play. That's where it becomes a bit of an issue. So if we can't, we're prepared like we always are. Next man up. You got to hold the line, do your job, and go compete.
All right, that was Dan Campbell. Didn't mention any names. Woodward Sports chat thread, Sharon V, anyone who is not playing Thursday. That is not known. And Sharon, I would imagine that, because he brought it up, a lot of these guys are going to come down to the wire. You're going to have a ton of game time decisions, D-Mac. Yeah. And I will say this. You and I were talking during the video. I don't know how good Dan Campbell would be at poker because I didn't like the physiology. Let's just say it like he sounded like somebody that knew that they're going to be in a tough spot.
Well, I think it was, to your point, is in a tough spot because he doesn't know what spot he's in. I think it's so questionable right now. I think going into today and tomorrow we'll have more understanding of the availability, obviously. But, yeah, that's a guy. In the end, here we go. Everybody has to deal with it. They're going to play with the short week and stuff like this. He's said it all along. So I think it was more of a, I don't know who's available and who's not available just yet to put this game plan together, because it's got to be, quick week for Chicago too. But going into it, we're definitely more banged up than they are.
No question. So again, I think that this point spread that opened up at 10.5 that immediately got shot up to 11.5. I think that's crazy work. And look, I know what they're doing. There's not a spread they can make high enough right now. Right. With the markets that are on the Lions, we talked about it on the pregame show on Sunday. They're the biggest liability for the sports book. So I get it. And the masses are going in hard on the Detroit Lions, especially too, like, you get them isolated on national TV on a day where everybody's sitting around begging for something else to do than talk to their family because they're trapped. Mm-hmm. There's going to be record handles, I bet, on the sports book.
There's 2 days, right? Super Bowl and Thanksgiving.
Yep.
What are the 2 days that people that don't bet would probably
pile in
a bet because of what's going on? So, yes, the Lions will get a lot of play. That's the thing, the questionability too. And then some of the guys we're talking about, obviously, Khalif Raymond with his ankle probably be out longer, but it's, listening to hear David Montgomery, planning to be back, and he's a Warrior and stuff like this. But up front, that line's dealing with some injuries. You know what you have at linebacker. Obviously, you don't want Carlton Davis going down already when Terry and Arnold's going down. Hopefully that Terry and Arnold resting him, helps. So it's a lot of questions that's going to come, to fruition hopefully in the next couple of days. But you would expect to know more tomorrow, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I think you're just, everything's going to be game time decision, and you're going to see, because you're going to give yourself every opportunity to get those guys on the field. The trick is, and here's where it's tricky, I think, for the Lions. Usually you have that 10-day thing, like the dudes will get the whole weekend off. You don't, because you got to lace them up on Thursday Night Football.
3 games in 12 days.
Against the Packers, man. Like, this is obscene.
Right, because you're going 7. Now you're going 4 and 7.
3 games in 12 days, dude.
So, you know what? And that gets you thinking, right? It's not the teams where you would pick, and I go back to Terry Foster asking that question, where are the losses? It's who's available, right? The schedule might cost you a loss. Does that make sense? Right? Because the games, right? And you're playing in your division, which makes it more imperative. But there's something different about this team. Like this team is sort of up to tasks. Here's the task ahead of you now. And whoever it is that's wearing the uniform on Thursday or Sundays or whatever it is, I mean, you just feel good. Don't you feel, you see the way these games play out. I was mentioning it to you earlier, Neil, is like, okay, we figured it out. If anybody's going to do something against our defense, usually in the first series.
And
right?
then that's
and
it.
then we're going to hold
and
them to a
field goal,
and then we're going to go to work on them. I mean, it's just and I know, Jacksonville, you can say, okay, that team's trash. Okay, they're still an NFL team, but Indianapolis, not as much trash. So this Chicago team coming off the way that they lost the other day, they're going to be hungry. They got stuff to prove. So I think we'll be ready, though.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Larry Roberts. Neil, would you sign Xavier Howard at cornerback for depth since we got banged up at that position after hearing that they were interested in Steven Nelson? I don't know, because Xavier Howard had a workout with the Bengals, and they were like, later.
Yeah.
Also, too, I hear that the Buccaneers are kind of the favorites in the mix for him right now. But when a team brings you in for a workout and they don't sign you, and you were just cut.
Especially a team like the Bengals who are at desperate need of defense right
for
now.
anything.
Yeah.
So that always gives me a little bit of a pause. So, it's one of those things, D-Mac, where I know everybody wants to run to the fantasy football and they see that he was a $90 million contract guy, but something's not right. If they bring you in for a workout and they send you on your way, ... the writing's kind of on the wall. Plus, we got to get past this. And look, Larry, I'm not killing you on this, all right? I'm not. It's our de facto muscle memory response to it. We got to remember, it's different for guys to come here. They got to be cut a little different. It's not just like a plug-and-play thing where this guy was good 3 years ago, put him in here, he'll be good. Does he fit? Do they like him? There are a lot of conditions that need to be met. It's kind of an exclusive club, D-Mac, to be a player for the Lions, believe it or not.
Look who works the door to the club. One side's Dan Campbell, the other side's Brad Holmes. So you got to get into the club.
Right.
Before you even get your cocktails, whatever you're going to be doing. So you got to be part of the herd, right? And they check that. So if you don't see certain guys for whatever reason, might not be lack of talent, might be lack of doesn't play well with this group.
Right. Rad Dad Scott, who do you see coming in then? I don't know that they bring somebody in. Terrion Arnold's supposed to play, right? He's a go?
Well, they haven't said yet. But
the sources say yes.
Yeah. So, do they need to bring somebody in?
Emmanuel Mosley should be good to go. He was active
played special
the
teams.
last game.
Which is kind of wild to me. I guess it kind of makes sense to some degree, but if you're good enough to go play special teams,
right?
You could.
No, dude. I can totally see this is a different situation with a guy who can barely get a series in for the past 3 years. That they want to get his running legs in the game,
right?
Just doing laps and stuff like this. So to me, he's the key. We obviously know what Vildor does on the outside, and somebody was mentioning how off does he play. Probably the most off coverage of a wide receiver, no matter, because he's so afraid of getting beat and ends up doing it. But Mosley could be that could be the guy. If he can stay healthy and get back into the mix, I think that gives him an opportunity where you didn't put him into the fire, right? Because imagine worst thing if he would have been to get hurt. I understand special teams, but not today's special teams. But he got the juice and the flow and maybe a little bit of the speed. So could be a big guy that we need stepping up right now. Perfect time to come back.
No doubt.
And it doesn't matter, right? Think about it. If he comes in and he is a factor or effective in helping out just what they built on the back end, then all the time he's missed, who cares?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what is a factor in the coffee game, Sabbath Coffee Roasters. They're a factor.
They are a factor. They are the only factor. Some might say the number one factor. Sabbath Coffee Roasters. If you want fresh, delicious, locally roasted coffee delivered right to your door, look no further than Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, they should be your first choice.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Black Friday this week. Guess what? 10% off merch. Use code WSN10 at shop.woodwardsports.com. We got the best Detroit sports wearables in the game. You can still get the Boo Them Kids shirt. We play the hits, everybody. The Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt. We should get a green dot, special limited edition green dot version of the Jack Campbell Meat Missile shirt. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Black Friday sale going on right now, as a matter of fact. 10% off. Use code WSN10. Get swagged out, everybody. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, I've been waiting to get to this. And it's almost like you guys know. I'm going to think, and by the way, I'm Neil Rule. That's Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Perhaps you're familiar with his work. We have KG, Spencer Raxter. Young Justin is in the building, trying to decide if he's going to root for Western or Michigan in hockey this weekend. You all right, Justin?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Chilling? All right, there you go.
I'm just going to do what Mike G says. I'm just going to wear a Michigan hoodie and then wear a Western hat, and then I win no matter what.
Okay, there you go.
Emotional hedge.
So here's the deal. Spenny, I pride myself as someone that can stay calm in the moment. You know, the nature of this business, doing live TV, you get a lot of high-pressure moments that you have to stay calm in. You don't have a choice. I pride myself on someone who likes to win the mental battle, D-Mac. You know this about me. Yeah. I love it more than anything.
That is your thing.
Yeah, you know I love it.
Says his
you
tone,
get off to that.
Yeah. I do. Low-key, I do. That being said, I see this for the 11:28 segment from Spenny. Thanksgiving matchup with the Bears. Is Neil scared of Caleb Williams? And he does it as a joke.
Easy.
He does
Easy
it as
work.
a joke. But much like the Lions haters that are underneath the surface, by the way, Brad Holmes' aura. I'm not going to lie, Caleb Williams is scary right now. Scared of what? What are we scared of? I saw it on the treadmill at Planet Fitness. Is Caleb Williams going to save Eberflus' job now that he's playing well? Playing well. He threw his first touchdown pass since October 13th on Sunday. October 13th, playing well now. What are we talking about? What is it about this guy? What is it for real? I need help from you guys here. Somebody tell me what are we terrified about with Caleb Williams? What? Tell me. Somebody. Anybody. Scared of Caleb Williams? Based on what?
Like, when you start talking about scared, I think I was more scared of Sam Darnold than I am in this division than I am of Caleb Williams. What has he done? Because he's a mobile quarterback, because he's got the pedigree. All I've seen is when, a first-year quarterback struggled. Does he have natural talent and stuff like this? Yes, but I don't know, Neil. I don't see it. The only concern, the analogy that I draw comparisons to our Red Wing team, to this Lions team, is that they're the only ones that can beat themselves. Now, in saying that, the concern this week is your injuries. If the guys are out, it's what guys are going to play against them. But you think Caleb Williams is going to shred your D? No matter who's out there, he's going to just light it up?
No.
He's going to run wild or what?
No, he can complete passes when they're down double digits with 3 minutes to
Neil,
go.
What's more likely? Caleb Williams 2 touchdowns?
Your second option.
Right?
Whatever it is.
2 interceptions? 3 interceptions? Is he not going to get picked off?
100% they will pick him off. 100% they will. And look,
what's the magic? Just because he was 1-1 and because of all this prestige coming out of college?
That's what I'm asking the question. I don't know.
Has anybody really stuck the eyeball test to this guy and see
Apparently not.
That he's just like all usually first-year quarterbacks in this league, right? Where they look like, holy cow, that's a lot to take in. There is progress to him, but he's not a world beater, and especially against your Detroit Lions.
I would argue there's been regression.
Lions team, no matter who is out there on defense with what they're doing, holding teams at 6 points and stuff like this, doesn't look at this Lions team going, whoever it is on defense, that they got to step up and continue to play this smothering style defense, red zone, elite defense and stuff like this. Yes. What about Caleb Williams scares you?
No, literally nothing. And here's why, everybody. I'll look at it a different way. Do you know that Columbus Day, Halloween, all passed between Caleb Williams' touchdown passes, and we got into the month of November? Within a week of Thanksgiving, from October 13th, he didn't throw a touchdown pass. I'm sorry, dude. And you got ESPN up there saying, is he going to save Eberflus's job now that he's playing well? They lost in a game, by the way, and in the chat. This was absolutely on brand. Jacob Wegner. Caleb did F up that OT when they won the flip and had control. Exactly. Anyone can go spin it when you're down double digits with 3 minutes to go. Anybody can. No.
And he still got outdueled by Sam Darnold.
No, that's it too. And the bottom line for me is, D-Mac, the injuries against Caleb Williams, I still am not. I'm not concerned about Caleb Williams beating them. I have no fear of that. No concern at all. At all. And I just want to understand where this narrative is coming from. When you look at the rookie quarterbacks around the league, Spenny, where would you rank the rookie quarterbacks right now? Is Caleb Williams first?
No.
Is he second?
No.
Is he third?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. It's pretty close with him and Drake May.
Drake May.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's pretty close with Drake May. What are we talking about here, guys? KG, help. You got anything for me here, KG?
I don't.
Can you help me?
I don't.
Young Just, can you help me?
KG, you scared of Caleb Williams?
Not at all.
We heard the same thing about we heard the same stories last week with Richardson. It's a repeat. Jack Stark, yeah. Exactly. Steve O'Baby, Neil, you have to realize, man, the Bears almost beat the Vikings. Yeah, all it took was overcoming a double-digit deficit with 3 minutes to go, by the way.
And recovering an onside kick.
And recovering the only onside kick of the season, and then winning the coin toss and still effing it up.
Yeah.
Just Bears. It's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
The Bears.
I told you and I told you.
Max Mayer.
I think, you know what the narrative is this week, going back to it, right? Where Dan Campbell to hands on deck. You know what the thing that is in his crawl that he's got circled? You brought it up earlier, Neil. 7 straight Thanksgiving Day losses at home. Mm-hmm. That doesn't sit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's giving the rah-rah to every man up because we got to change this and it doesn't matter and all stuff like this. You know, at the end of the day, this team will go out there, whoever they got, focused. And, I mean, come on, man. Like, what is it about this Bears team, even with our injuries?
I got one, Coach. Steve O'Baby in the chat. So what now? You're taking teams for granted. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm taking Caleb Williams for granted because he's thrown 2 touchdowns since October 13th.
It's not for granted. It's for
it's
fact. You're going by his stats.
That's the facts. The facts of the matter is it went 6 weeks between touchdown passes. And you want me to fear this guy? Based on what?
And here's the thing. It doesn't matter if the fan base or we or whatever take anybody for granted. What you got to realize is that Detroit Lions team won't take them for granted. And anybody who's worried about the Detroit Lions looking ahead to Green Bay, no, this is a great opportunity. Dan Campbell, they're all hands on deck this week. They don't have the ability to look ahead. What they've done already this season, being 10-1 and putting that road record together and taking care of business, is because every team, you're going to come up to the injuries and how do you deal with that? But this team will be ready to play. Have we not seen that enough? That this team, like, if maybe the first series, right, that we can complain about, but it might take them a first series again, and that will start being the narrative to them. But this team comes ready to play, and they play hard. And as this game gets going, they drag teams into that deep end. Teams don't want to play with them. Mm-hmm. We see that, and it's not just the final scores. It's like the eyeball test. So I don't care if you call it taking for granted. It's being confident.
Yeah, it's not taking anybody for granted. You're taking the Lions for granted, because what the Lions do is beat bad teams, and the Bears are a bad team, and they're going to beat them. That's it.
You are
And
trash!
what more do you need to see? I mean, they take bad teams, they take them to the woodshed, they cut off their legs, they butt off their kneecaps, and then they send them home in a body bag. They do it time after time. Even when they're down by 20 points against Houston, they still send them back to Houston in a body bag.
Here's what it all boils down to as well. And I think that it shows that this is taken for granted, by the way. You think DeAndre Swift's going to do anything on the ground against the Lions?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Take his under. I don't care if it's 27.5.
Yeah.
Take his under.
So what are we talking about here? So Caleb Williams, let me get this straight. Caleb Williams is going to come into Ford Field, put the team on his back.
Throw the ball 45 plus
Throw the
times.
ball 45 to 50 times.
Without throwing multiple picks.
Which he probably will. He'll throw it for 50 times.
He's going to have to.
For 302 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it'll work. And then on Monday, we'll say, oh, Neil, Caleb Williams threw for over 300. He's going to throw this thing 50 times. He won't have a choice.
Probably.
They will not have another choice. Like, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing with this, man? Woodward Sports chat thread. Joe Lowry, Neil, don't forget about Veterans Day. Columbus Day, Halloween, Veterans Day, all passed between Caleb Williams' touchdown passes. Yeah, I'm supposed to fear him.
Taking him for granted.
I'm supposed to fear him. Like, come on, guy. Funny boy Roddy. Trap game for the line. Can we stop with the trap game stuff?
He's trolling. You got to be trolling.
There are no trap games in the NFL. There's 17 games. There are no trap games.
There's trap spreads.
There's trap. Thank you.
Yes.
Derek
not trap,
McCarty,
there's
thank
trap,
you.
Trap spreads. That's like Vegas, when you're talking about trap games, that goes to the line. Like where we see the line at, there's trap spreads, not trap games. And if you think this is a trap game, if you're fully healthy and you want to say looking ahead to Green Bay, yeah, but you're not. So the focus in, and obviously you don't watch this Lions team and listen to the
What
coach.
evidence have they given you to ever think
Dude,
that they're susceptible
mission,
to a
bro.
trap game?
They're on a mission.
Carolina.
I
Yeah,
was
Carolina.
part of a team that's won 62 games in the regular season. You're just worried about, you're going in there and you're thinking, hey, we can't be beat. That's what this team is, no matter who it is. It gives guys different opportunity to step up. Like you look at Malcolm last week. Right on Diva, who's the guy's going to step up in Anzalone's, right? You got different guys until you show me that they don't have guys to step up and they haven't replaced guys or prepared, like Dan Campbell said in 2021, that every starter is going to go out. They've shown you that they have guys, and it may take 2 guys, and it may take 3 guys. But they've planned ahead, and that's what we're going to see this weekend.
Doug Fungus. Williams is the MVP, most valuable product of the media.
LGBTQB1.
Chuck Brewer, Neil, Caleb scares me this way when I have to listen to the national media slobber all over him. Skydog722, if I were an Ohio State fan, I would legit be more scared of Alex Orji's arm than Lions fans should be of Caleb Williams' arm. That's a bold statement.
That's diabolical. That's diabolical.
Wow, you're not even going to lean that hard on Caleb Williams right there. You even called it impact.
Yeah, like,
that's,
okay,
that's a
easy.
little aggressive. Wow.
That's a lot for Neil.
Nicely done. At least you found where Neil's boundaries are.
Right.
Alex Orji's arm. Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite that bad.
No, absolutely. Just real quick, as we wrap this up, Spenny, what's the media's fascination with this?
I don't know. He's fruity and they like it. I just think that he's going to be a good player. He's got talent. I see it there, but I don't expect a rookie quarterback to come in here and beat an Aaron Glenn defense.
He gets the
I'll tell you
media
what
attention because he's a first pick, too. So
I'll tell you what it is with the media, because they have to stick to their narrative that they started 2 or 3 years ago about being the best player in the world
Lord,
and whatever.
yeah.
And
That's
they
true.
can't get off
They
it
gotta go
because
down with
that
the
would
ship.
make them wrong, right? I mean, come on, man. It's just like, just be honest.
You saw with
At least
Spencer
you're
Rattler.
honest, Neil. Whether people like it or not, you put facts behind your arguments, right?
Right.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's because people don't want to be wrong that he was the next coming of whoever, next coming of the greatest quarterback ever, and now they got to change their opinion that he's not.
Fomus in the Twitch chat. Shout out Twitch.
Oh, shout out Twitch. I forgot. Yeah, we are on Twitch, by the way.
we're live
My
on
bad.
Twitch now. Fomus in the Twitch chat says he knows C.J. Stroud. That's facts. He wasn't C.J. Stroud what C.J. Stroud was his rookie year, and he's not C.J. Stroud now. That's for sure.
that is for
You
sure.
can also add daylight savings to that list of holidays as well.
Daylight savings time.
That's not a
Pat.
holiday.
And Neil,
It's
he's
not
the
a holiday,
1-1, right? The 1-1 always. Is football the biggest? If you get drafted 1-1, do you get the biggest runway, or is that baseball, or that's But being a 1-1, first guy drafted, you get all the runway in the world.
Yep.
No, and that's fair, and I get it. But I like what you said there, D-Mac. Just about you got to double down. You got to go down with the ship. Because you sit there on the draft day and be like, this is clearly the number one guy on the board. Caleb Williams certainly has a high ceiling.
So here's maybe a lesson. Like sometimes when people are extending their take or where you don't agree, go back in history and say how long have they been invested in this? It's like a relationship.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Right? You're you know what I mean? You're not going to let it go. A little bit harder to stick by your word. I just figure that when this is where, and I hate to say it, but Sam Flannel, shout out to you, because with new information, I'm allowed to change my opinion, right, Neil?
You
then
are.
You just move on. And right now,
well, it was always going to be a wash.
Here you go.
Just like did Anthony Richardson last week, not Anthony Richardson exactly what we watched back at
he was exactly on brand.
That when we were supposed to see, like that was everything that he is.
Dante 151. Neil, never forget, Nick Wright picked the Bears and Caleb Williams to win the Super Bowl.
He did.
That's a fact.
Make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, sometimes right. Sometimes you got to gauge with people that are exactly opposite, like good.
There it is. All right, let's take the break. Tell about Lady Jane's.
Yeah, walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of the talented stylists. Take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code up in the corner there. Get your coupon today. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for Second Best, one of the premier spots downtown, everybody. 42 Watson Street, just a couple blocks away from Little Caesars Arena. It is the jumping off point, certainly for Lions game day. But again, just 2 blocks from LCA, Red Wings games, Pistons games, concerts, whatever you got going on downtown, you need to make it a part of your rotation. Best chicken wings, best dry rub chicken wings ever in the history of restaurants. Great chicken sandwich, tons of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. And oh yeah, Woodward Sports pregame show Sundays on home game days. Not this Thursday, however. We'll be in studio for the Thanksgiving holiday. But hey, get after it. Second Best, come get some. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin in the building. All of you as well.
Spenny, quick question.
Yes.
I'll kick your coverage announcement on Ermanni and Edwards.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, today.
Yes, it is today.
Today? So, yeah, it was tight.
I'll tell you this. For that,
From a couple guys up here that have out-kicked the coverage. Go
yes,
ahead.
well, it's that. I'm familiar with it, as my wife is too. You know, she outkicked her coverage as well. Both things can be true. No, but anyway, though, when we kind of put it to the company-wide vote, I spent more time deciding on that than probably even buying a car. Like, for real. Like, I sat there for 10 minutes and really got into it.
It really got down to decimal points.
It certainly did.
It was the closest vote in the history of Woodward Sports voting.
It really was. So it was a lot of fun.
And thanks to everybody for playing. I mean, it only happens with you guys out there participating and stuff like that. And that's, to me, it's in between and the fun part. But Woodward Sports is about the people.
Yeah,
so it's all about you ugly MFers out there. I'll kick in your coverage, baby. Way to go.
Ugliest.
Proud of you.
Absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts. Oh, Bears fan. 0-16. Never forget. We all won't. Yeah. Caleb Williams is your quarterback.
We got a new Bears
Never
fan.
forget. Yeah. Chris Foster.
I was looking for Demon Dice, man. He was talking all that shit until
LGBTQB1.
I do have that answer for you, D-Mac, by the way, about the moon. There has been a super full moon, which only happens 2 times a year in the time that Caleb Williams has thrown a touchdown pass.
That's what I'm saying. Attaboy, Jews. There's like 5 worldwide events.
Michael Daniel, I see you in here. Go get Soto. Go get Soto. Soto, can we get him? No,
not at all.
You can't even pay your best
Chris
player.
won't
How
cut
you
the check.
Hey, we got Soto at home. We got Juan Soto at home.
Jokes.
Yeah, we got Riley Green.
Right.
We got Juan Soto.
Juan Soto at home.
Real cream of wheat. More importantly, what does the final word say about all this? I don't know. You have to tune in 2 to 4 if they're here. We'll have to see what it is.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Steak and Anson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I won't have to move the couch. I don't think Maz is here.
Maz without Ermanni Edwards and Maz. Well,
No,
Maz,
we got Maz today,
will be
but
here,
Maz is going tomorrow for sure.
He's gonna complain about that couch there, isn't he?
No, we
Sure,
don't
get
move
that
it.
couch moved, Jesus.
I don't know.
Before Maz gets in here.
I mean, if he's only going to be here for one day the rest of the week.
Yeah, I mean, that's his spot, though.
Michael Daniel, love you guys. Thanks, Neil. Chuck Brewer. Chris only shops at the dollar store. We got Juan Soto at home.
Right.
Put
that down.
Yeah. We got Juan Soto at home. It's Mark Canna.
Right.
Oh, man, I love it. Spenny also asked a question. This defensive surge that the Lions are on, haven't given up a touchdown in the second half in the last 3 NFL games, which is...
Haven't given a whole point in the second half.
Yeah.
That is true. Which is...
touchdown in 10 straight quarters.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
It don't make sense.
Haven't given up a point in the second half in 3 straight games.
Nothing about this team.
No,
makes sense.
I think Jesus nailed it, right? This is what you want to do. They're doing 2 bad teams what they're supposed to do, and along the way, they're getting better. They're getting better. The biggest thing is, what are they? 3rd in red zone defense. The interceptions in the end zone. When a team gets down inside the red zone, we tighten up. That's when we play our best. That's the one thing that's consistent. So, yes, you can't expect this to continue, right, with better teams, but I think this is more of the norm. This is more of the norm, especially when it gets down to the red zone. This team is all about holding the other team to 3 points and going out and getting 7, right? The new NFL that you always said, and we see it week after week after week. And yes, this to me, it shows maturity of this team handling their business. That's what they do. They handle their business. It's not their fault these other teams aren't as well prepared as they are. And you look at they don't do it the same way. There's always new wrinkles.
And shout out to everybody in the Twitch chat. Promis, Dante, Djoff Sparta, Sound Kayak, everybody in there.
Shout out.
Dante says Soto at home equals Javier Baez.
Yeah.
That is true. Dante also said, man, F Caleb Williams.
That is true.
Well, hey, that's but yeah, jump out into the Twitch stream if that's your preferred method. Whatever you guys want to do, jump into there and get your thoughts out there. Bipolar punt. Don't get intoxicated with success. You will start getting stupid. I have a follow-up question to that. There is some NFL kind of minor breaking news, I guess. Shaq Barrett is ending his retirement. He says that he's willing to resume his career with the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins hold his rights. So we'll see what happens there. Dolphins putting it together since Tua came back.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll make the playoffs.
I was told he was never going to play again.
That's a trap game for the Packers.
100%.
Well, we'll see. That one I will watch. By the way, Thursday, I'm opting out of Cowboys-Giants. I'm taking that time. That time instead to focus on my drinking.
Yeah, why would you watch that in the first place?
The people, millions, tens of millions will. I bet 20 million people watch that game.
It's because they're forced to. And it's because nobody watches the NBA, as we all know. So, yeah,
I'm opting out.
It'll be on.
I'm opting out, and I'm focusing on my bourbon at that time.
Hopefully there's a good college basketball game on that will take
You'll get about 3 bourbons in, and then you'll go and catch yourself watching a piece of it.
No, I'm waiting for...
Cooper Rush don't intrigue you?
Tommy DeVito?
Memphis is playing at 7:30. I'm holding out for that one.
Memphis Tulane?
Yep, I'm in.
I'm in on that too.
100% I'm in for Memphis Tulane. Just a fan. We all need to be kind to Bears fans. Remember, they are hurting, and hurt people hurt people. Spenny asked a question. Is this Lions defensive juggernaut a schedule merchant? Is it a product of playing bad teams?
No, yeah, but they're like I said, you're taking. Why are you gonna get mad at them for doing what they're supposed to do against these bad teams, and especially in the most questioned part, right? You're replaced. You missed your best guy on defense. You're losing your best linebacker. You got your cornerbacks going down, and still you're finding a way to do it.
Yeah, because I keep hearing that from people, like the Bears fans that are around say stuff like that. Are the Texans good or no?
Yeah.
No.
Good enough. They lead their division.
They're gonna be in the playoffs again. They won a playoff game last year.
They're going to get fraud checked in the playoffs.
Well, what happened last year?
They had a better offensive line, and they upset it.
And they won. So they're a good team. It's fair to say they're good. You win a playoff game, you win a division
good.
again,
I put them in the class with the Vikings right now.
That's aggressive.
Is it?
Yes.
They have really major offensive line issues.
Very aggressive.
Any team with a pass rush should be able to completely neutralize C.J. Stroud.
Right, but you also have to look at they're dealing with the division champion schedule. Here's what I've noticed about the NFL. The teams like the Vikings, that's why I don't respect the Vikings. Because you are playing with a bad team schedule right now. And the deal is this, D-Mac. When you do these types of things against division champion schedules, what is there for anybody to say? What is there for anybody to say, man? There's nothing to say.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest schedules too, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so
I'd like to disagree. I'm looking at it right here. I don't see the schedule. I don't really see the schedule. They've played the Colts, who are ass, the Bears, who are ass, the Vikings, we just said, are frauds. The Jaguars are frauds. They played the Bills, which I'll give them credit for. Patriots, frauds. Packers, all right, we'll give you that. Colts, frauds. Jets, frauds. Lions, good team. Cowboys, frauds. Titans, frauds. They've only played 3 real teams. You could argue it's 2.
How many real teams are in the NFL, in your opinion?
There's only 4 teams that are real in the NFL then. There's Lions, there's Eagles, there's Chiefs,
but they're picking on the bottom too.
And there's Bills.
Yeah. They're picking on the bottom.
So there's only 5 real teams, and you're one of them.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about here? By your rationale?
By my rationale, you can't really say that because the NFL is a league of just win the games that you have to win, and you'll make the playoffs, and they can't even do that. They've lost to the Titans, they've lost to the Jets, and they've lost to the Vikings, 3 teams that they should have won. How are you
first in their division?
But that division
is ass.
Yeah, but you just said it's win the games you have to get into the playoffs, and they are. They're first in their division.
Yeah, but that's not the question. We're asking if they're for real or if they're frauds, and I think they're frauds.
Well, you just said that the NFL is win the games you have to win, and that's what they're doing.
Well, and they won those 2 games 76-12. 76-12.
I don't like the schedule because show me a team that plays the Lions, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, and
12 times.
Yeah, all in a row. You're gonna have easy matchups. It's a part of the schedule.
No doubt. I mean, look, if we were talking about them being 10th in the league in defense versus 15th, then maybe I would entertain it.
I don't think they're as good as they were last year. He's right about their offensive line issues for sure, but they're.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about
team.
the Lions, though. If we were talking about the Lions' defense being 10th, and we'll say, wow, they've improved. We expect them to be around 15th, and you wanted to push back on it, I could see it. They're second in the league in points against, man. This isn't fake. This isn't a trend. This isn't a lucky stretch. This isn't a bad schedule thing, dude. It's a legitimate All right, Jesus. So do you believe in Aaron Glenn then? Or no,
yes,
is he interchangeable?
100%.
Well, which is it? Which is it? Are they schedule merchants or is Aaron Glenn fake?
I just wouldn't say that this schedule, the schedule gets hard right now when you have to play 3 games in 12 days.
So if they give up points in the second half, then Aaron Glenn's defense is trash.
No.
And the Detroit Lions are second in the NFL in wins of teams over 500. So
there's that.
They've beaten more good teams than anybody in the league.
The question is, what are other teams doing to the teams that we're doing this to? What are the teams doing to the Jacksonvilles and to the Indies and to like what we've done?
Escaping.
We held them to 6.
Like Minnesota
what are the other
escaped.
good teams doing? Oh, they're scoring. Panthers
City
put
escaped.
27 on KC. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to see it. This team is definitely better, and for me, it's more for real because they handle the business at hand. Now the big test, like you said, comes up in the schedule because it's not the teams you play, it's the number of games and the limited amount of days, right? That's the toughness of the schedule, right? Not you're afraid of anybody.
Mm-hmm. You guys ready to put some people in the coffin when we come back for hour number 2? You want to?
Why not?
All right, Planet Fitness, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. I was just there a couple hours ago. Again, getting those workouts in. Going to take Thursday off for the holiday. So, got to prepay. Got to prepay the bill, and you can do that at Planet Fitness. There's over 50 of them in the metro Detroit area. There's thousands of them worldwide as well. And guess what? For just $24.99 a month, you be a Black Card member. You can get into all of them. Unlimited use of all the amenities, the hydro massage, chairs, tanning, whatever it is that you want to do. And how do you want it? They're like the Tupacs of gyms. How do you want it? You're into the cardio stuff, tons of treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, all that. You want to lift weights? Tons of weights. You're not sitting there waiting around for everything. 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. Does that about cover it, everybody? Stretch zones as well. Today was a stretch day, as a matter of fact. Got uncomfortable for a couple of minutes, but that's how you know you're getting the work in, and you can do it at Planet Fitness. Some of you out there are paying $70, $80, $90 a month for your gym membership. Why? Why are you paying 3 times the money to lift weights that weigh the same? Explain it to me, please. Was that enough tone?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to know why. PlanetFitness.com. Join there. Pull in the parking lot on the way home. You're going to be packing on some... Let's just cut this, all right? You're going to be packing on some pounds over the holidays. Fight back with Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. It is Planet Fitness.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
1800 Tequila, the official tequila of the Woodward Sports live watch party and post-game show. They are also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You can see that awesome Lions bottle right there in stores now. You can go get it. It's in a local liquor store near you. If they don't have it, tell them to get it. They'll order it for you. It'll be there soon. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tasted tequila, and please drink responsibly.
Hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin in the building as well. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, jump into that chat. Or we're on Twitch now as well. We fired that one up. So go ahead and jump into Twitch if that's your preference. Go ahead and do that. Dante says it's supposed to snow in Green Bay, so that's going to be must-watch television on Thursday. DJ of Sparta, been a few good days for Michigan State, Michigan Lions, Pistons, and Wings fan. Yes, it has, low-key.
Yeah.
It has. 40 Gumble on Twitch. In a league where the rules are what they are and skew towards not being able to play the pass, they are one of the best at that. 40 Gumble, don't be letting facts get in the way. Don't be doing that, all right, man? It is time for those of you that are new, maybe if you're watching on Twitch for the first time, Tuesdays. We call them Rest in Peace Tuesdays. How does it work? Easy. We put somebody from the sports world in the coffin. You call it a day. The Undertaker bell tolls. We're putting you in the coffin. It's over. OVA. It's a great sound effect.
Oh, yeah.
It absolutely is. Okay. Rest in peace. You want to, Spenny? You gave me that look.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm going to rest in peace Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah. No, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute.
Oh, you did bury him last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can give your take on it.
Go ahead.
You took an extra week. Go ahead.
Dig him up and bury him.
You know what, though? Before you bury him.
I'll piss on their coffin and I'll bury him again because they're so dead. It's embarrassing to watch. I don't know who thought what GM. Is Elton Brand still their GM? Whoever their GM is. Whoever thought Paul George and Joel Embiid would be a good combination.
No,
They're
but this
play
time it'll
5
work.
games together. Maybe 5 games. They literally both got on the court for the first time the other day, and both of them got injured in that game.
That's crazy.
Paul George hyperextended his knee, and Embiid got hurt and came back. R.I.P. the Sixers. R.I.P. the process. That shit's dead.
Dude. And while you're at it, hey, can you do me a solid before you bury him, like officially, and put the dirt on? Can you take out that MVP trophy he stole from Jokic and return it to its rightful owner?
That's fair.
Because Jokic is the most valuable player in this league.
It might be LaMelo Ball, low-key. This year it might be. This year, if Charlotte makes the playoffs, if Charlotte makes the playoffs, LaMelo Ball should get serious MVP looks. The way he's balling.
He was always the best ball kid.
That's got nothing to do with this. Can you please make sure that you return Jokic's MVP that Embiid stole?
I will.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking for. Art Vanderlei, Embiid, overrated, soft. Real cream of wheat. But Paul George will save the 76ers. Everybody falls for that. You know what Paul George is in the NBA for GMs? He's the Zeke Elliott of the fantasy football drafts.
Oh, God.
This will be the year he's back. I took him. This will be the year. He ain't never coming back. It's finished. It's over. Young Justin, who are you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace, Dylan Larkin slander. I'm not here for it. You can argue with a wall. This man is single-handedly carrying this Red Wings team offensively. He is not a goal scorer, but he's on pace to score 50 goals. He's acting like he's Alexander Ovechkin out there. It is absolutely I mean, that was a bold comparison, but the way that he is able to score goals for this team at a level that he's never done in his career, not even in college, this is a playmaker doing this, is nothing short of amazing. And I can't stand people who don't value Dylan Larkin as a 1C and the people who don't think that he can lead this team to a playoff run. He can and he will, and you're seeing it right now with the way that he can carry a team in big games.
D-Mac, remember when the contract thing was going on with Larkin? And I got in some hot water with some people because I said, if we're talking this kind of money, I need to see more. Remember that whole discussion?
Yeah. Before he signed, played throughout the
I've
season.
seen more.
Yeah, no,
I've seen more.
And here's the thing is that, what do I always say? When Dylan Larkin's your 2C and you get production out of your 2C and you have somebody ahead of him, like he needs his Fedorov. He's doing everything that he can. You know, Raymond out there, you know, staying relevant, scoring some freaking big goals of late or whatever, coming into his own, he'll find it. But too many passengers. And wait till you get to mine.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Hold on, I just had it, and it's worth waiting for on this one. Super Bowl. Rest in peace, masculine leg crossing. I guess they're talking about Jesus.
You know, hey, don't worry about it. You know who used to sit like that? Brendan Shanahan.
Do you know that's why one of the reasons I wear 14? That's my number.
Well, you sit like him too.
Well,
there you go.
Hey, it's
prodigy.
Takes quite a guy to be able to cross his legs like that.
Mason Leach. Spenny, you'll like this one. Mason Leach. Rest in peace to the rest of college football. Michigan name, image, and likeness has arrived.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Not even alum who shut out the money for Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, wait until that bitch cheats on him. He's going to take all that money back.
We'll cross that bridge when we come.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally because, did you see that? It's like his girl is like a Michigan. I don't know if she's a Michigan fan or a Michigan alum or something, but she's been
she was just like, go get him.
Yeah,
wild work.
So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to send somebody on a mission.
Oh no, don't try. But
talk about generational coochie chasing right there.
Don't be out here dirty macking. Can't be doing that, man.
No, that scares me though. I said it the day it happened. They opened the bank for him. It means they open the bank for other people.
Can you send Tiny Tina to hang out with Jonathan Smith?
Yeah, I could try.
All right.
Jonathan Smith's a Mormon, maybe. I don't even know if he's Mormon.
Oh, he need multiple Tinas is what you're saying.
Super Mormon name.
Multiple Tinas.
Super Mormon names.
Shout out Soakers.
Yeah, shout out.
Super Bowl also said that Justin's in his baddie era right now. So there's that one as well. All right, KG, who you putting in the coffin?
I'm glad I have y'all all gathered here today. I have given you 3 NFL franchises and 1 NBA franchise. And I am here to tell y'all today, rest in peace to the Lions' 7 straight losses on Thanksgiving.
Ooh, there we go.
Wow. He's prepaying for the plot.
You damn right. I guarantee the Lions are winning on Thursday.
KG guarantee.
I guarantee it. For all the reasons that you said, Caleb Williams, he just ain't it, dog. He not. And they 4-7. They're downtrodden. And the Lions, we don't play that shit, man. You come into Ford Field, you gonna get dope. BTA.
Man, he prepaid for the casket and everything. Beat inflation, locked in tomorrow's prices today.
You got to get in.
That's
early.
Aggressive. He's just waiting to die, waiting for him to die now.
I'll patiently wait 2 days.
They're in hospice now, and KG's not playing around. He's making plans.
I damn near guaranteed the spread as well. I know it's 11 or 10 or wherever it's at right now, but it's cool. We'll just take the money line. It's fine.
I do. I like it, KG, for sure. Detroit Dabber 313 FTB, by the way. So there is that one out there.
The
40 Gumble. Hang on, I'm trying to read all of Jesus's hoodie. So there's that on there too. Nowhere does it say Western Michigan hockey. All right, D-Mac.
Don't say hockey on it at all, actually.
It's a regional game. It's a regional champion.
All right, D-Mac, who we putting in the coffin?
Well, mine's sort of, it can't be buried, but I wanted to bring this to the attention of why. And this speaks the volumes that I want everybody to understand why we're not seeing what we're seeing out of the Red Wings. They're penalty killing. Penalty killing is about effort. And you're worst in the league at 68%, right? Which means that if you're not getting contribution in your lineup on the score sheet, right, your bottom guys in your lineup who aren't producing have to keep the puck out of the net, and that's not going. This is the imperativeness of how bad your bottom 4 defensemen are, right?
Dang.
That you have 5, 6, 7 guys maybe carrying this team. But the penalty killing, that is the most atrocious, disrespectful stat because that's effort and that's care. And I played with some of the greatest penalty killers of all time, and they were some of the best players on the team, the Sergei Fedorov and Steve Yzerman. But you're talking about the grind line, you're talking about Maltz and Drapes. Those are 2 of the best to ever do it. And it's effort. And you want to see what we're missing out there on the ice or that energy, just look to the PK. Like when that starts humming, or like they give it a care. Every time the other team gets a puck on the power play, the goalie's got to make 3 or 4 huge saves. That's the imperativeness of what's wrong. It's not the Dylan Larkins and the guys that are trying and putting points on the board to whatever like this. That's an effort thing, and that is like life support, everything else. That'll be the downfall to what's going on with this team. So look for that percentage to rise. Look for them so they can't afford to take a penalty.
You're 100% right. I can't even imagine how you feel about this being a former player for your team. I watch this team, and they are just standing there consistently, not picking up guys in front of the net and just leaving people open in the slot. They don't move. They just watch. They all sit there and puck watch. I can't even imagine how you must feel as being on the grind line, being known for just doing the little things, those details that make teams great teams. And this team isn't a great team because they don't do those things.
Hey, D-Mac, you never want your playoff or you never want your penalty kill to be in the neighborhood of Shaquille O'Neal free throw.
Oh, God.
Because they're almost the same.
Oh, God.
He was that good?
63%.
He was that good.
I mean, that is like,
think about
your
that.
PK's got to be 85, 90. 9 out of 10, you got to kill, right? Like that. That's the imperativeness. Forget the fact you're scoring 2.5 goals a game and giving up 3.1, right? Like it's effort, right? So that's where it's at. So if the talent and the effort's not there, I'll tell you this. I was in Grand Rapids the other day, and I do not know why a guy like Elmer Soderblom or Austin Watson or whatever is not in this lineup.
Spenny, you big Soderblom
Or Nate
guy?
Danielson.
I like Soderblom.
Yeah.
He had a big hit in their last game they played.
Last but not least, rest in peace, Anthony Richardson.
Oh.
As being a good quarterback. I get it. I know what you see. He's the hot blonde, right? Great to go out to dinner with. Mm-hmm. Great to take around town. But deep down in your heart, you know there's no future there. Yeah. You know, they're not. Yeah. He's not someone you're going to marry.
Might even be great.
Nope. I get it. He drops that one out of every.
Right.
Might be an eater.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
All good until you get a couple drinks in him.
One out of every 7 throws he drops in the bucket. And look, I saw it watching the game. I'm like, man, I see what everybody sees with this guy. Like the athleticism, the arm strength, all of it. Looks, he's 11 for 28. Like, I don't know how he gets there, but he gets there every single time.
It's a fact.
You will lose with Anthony Richardson long term. And if you draft him in the top 5, wherever he got picked, you will lose your job. And that's the way that it's going to work. I get it, man. He's super hot. He's a baddie to look at.
Deep
There's
throat.
no future. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. So that is it. Good segment, everybody. As always, do love the Rest in Peace Tuesdays.
You know, Mads used to call them heifers. We call them eaters. Anthony Richardson, certified eater.
New Holland Brewing, everybody. Local company, Michigan company, west side of the state. They make the Dutch long drink there taller. It is my favorite drink. Wednesday night, cards with the guys. I'll be pushing some of them back. There is no doubt about it. How does it work? They take their New Holland small batch gin, they mix it, scratch it with a grapefruit puree, and magic happens inside that Argyle can. It is incredible, everybody. It's my favorite drink in the drink game. A lot of you have DM'd, sent me messages on social media, and said, Neil, you were right about this. I am right about this, guys, and you need to try it as well. If you're a seltzer person, man, this is it. Don't get no better than this. I'm telling you that for a fact. New Holland Brewing, taller, the Dutch long drink. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush. You get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month, or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford at Dearborn and Ferndale, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive. Boom, boom.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, KG in the house. Happy to have you all with us. And as always, it is Tuesday. We're joined by Dr. Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, joining us here on the V-Mix today. And Doc, it's been an eventful weekend for the Detroit Lions. I don't know which direction you want to go with this, Doc, but I will say this. It's hard to keep track of everything, but I guess this is business as usual in the NFL, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we're talking every week, twice a week, keeping us busy. I love it.
So, Doc, just kind of your takeaways, and it's one of those things too. Amon-Ra St. Brown popped up on the injury report out of nowhere. He played the whole game. Everything looked like it was fine. Where do you want to hone in on this first, Doc? Which direction should we even go? What has your research led you to believe is going on?
Well, you guys start, because I'm out of the state right now, so I'm a little soft on Detroit news.
Oh, I got you. No, I got you. I understand for sure. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a knee. Didn't practice. Didn't miss any time in the game. Nobody knew about this. What is your best guess? Because they're not going to give out details. It's just he was able to play, but he's not going to practice. But they expect him to play on Thursday. What's your best guess on this?
I mean, I think it's consistent with what the medical team's been doing, the trainers, the staff. It's like he's got it. He's got the grit. We don't need to overwork him. He needs to rest that body. It'll probably be a game time decision, but knowing him, nothing's going to stop him from playing. I think it's a simple tweak of the knee. He finished the game. We haven't heard anything about an MRI. We're hearing that we're being overly cautious to preserve him. I think that's all it is. I predict he's going to play on Thursday. Will he have as many reps? I think he's going to tell the coaching staff how many reps he wants to go. And we got to watch him to make sure he doesn't overdo it, like always.
Hey, Doc, can you talk about, because we're at the point in the season, like before the season when the schedule comes out, and you would, as a doctor, the training staff or whatever, realize that these 3 games in this short amount of time on the schedule, with the Sunday to a Thursday game to another Thursday game, is there special? You always talk about the secret sauce and stuff like this, but like the fact that you have injuries and the fact you're in this position isn't a surprise, right? At this point, how would you, or what are some of the things in preparing for a week like this or the next couple weeks would you do in the training room or be up on to make sure that the guys that can play with some nicks and bruises can get out there?
Well, the training staff saw the schedule. They knew this was coming. They know they're being proactive. St. Brown is probably part of the proactive position right now. But you're right. I mean, it's what, 3 games in how many days? I mean, can't even do that. Like less than 2 weeks. They got 3 games. So they're preparing. And I think the dedication of the team is they're doing all the prevention work. They're spending extra time in that training center. The guys have a lot of secret sauce at home too. They have their own masseuse. They have their own people that they trust and work with. All these people are on call for them for this week, especially because they do have to have a quick turnaround. And it's energy, it's rehydration, it's retooling, it's all that. It's not just their bodies, it's the fluids, the muscle spasms. You don't want to get, this is where you see those Charlie horses, these guys come off the field, with tight muscles. So I think the Lions have proven to do a really good job of proactive and prevention. And I think that's what we're going to see. But you're right, the little nicks and bruises, the guys aren't waiting 24 hours, 48 hours to see what happens. They're being proactive. Say, let's treat this right now. I may feel better in a couple of days, but I want to be proactive that I'm going to get a little extra stretch. I'm going to spend an extra hour in the training room. I'm going to spend an extra hour, in the whirlpools and things like that. So I think everybody's dedicated. They see what's in front of them. And I don't think nobody's out playing hooky right now.
Dr. Pierce joining us here as he does every Tuesday, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, talking Lions and the injury situation, which there's a ton to get to. A lot of knees seem to be the situation. Doc, what you this is, I guess, a piggyback to what you were just talking about, where when you have this mass amount of injury that the Lions do, and oh, by the way, you have a game again in 3 days, what's that look like for the medical team? I mean, everybody's working around the clock now, right? I would assume that that's where it is, because you got Dan Campbell up there talking about, because what I took away from his press conference was, look, everything's going to be a game time decision because we are going around the clock to get these guys back in there. Because a lot of people kind of winding down for the holiday, I guess you could say. For the medical team for the Lions now, describe that to me. Is it like a fire drill in there right now? Like, what's it like?
The first thing I want to do, and Darren will back me up on this, is the hardest working team on any professional team is the trainer.
Yeah.
That trainer, his staff is there hours before preparing, hours after. They put the most hours in of anybody involved in any professional team. Darren, can you back that up?
100 million%, right? I got to worry about myself. He's got to worry about 20 of us. And then it's also, too, is the guys that, and it doesn't matter, the equipment guys the same way, right? Everybody's got their role to play, but these guys practically, for lack of a better term, if you ask them, probably live at the facility right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is their dream. These guys are fully committed. They don't get paid the millions of dollars, and they're actually the backbone to allow what you're talking about right now. So are they doing a fire drill? No, this is the NFL. This is their normal routine. They had this marked on their calendar, and they're working overtime. These guys don't tire. They're going to get it done. They're going to get, they're high maintenance, high need, high integrity athletes that need to be ready to play, because one little mess up, these games can go down to the wire where, if you get tight or you're too exhausted. These guys have a very important role. And I love that I can represent them, but they are a key integral that doesn't get any recognition at all. And the medical staff, too, the physicians. Granted, we walk in, we walk out. The trainer's there before. They're the ones giving us the updates. They're like our bartender to these athletes half the time, because they hear a lot more of what's going on than what they will tell us. So it's right now they're doing a controlled fire drill is what I want to say. And the Detroit Lions training staff, physicians, the whole team, I mean, hats off to them, because I think they've made every call correctly so far in the season.
Dr. Jeff Pierce, our guest here on Tuesday, as he is every Tuesday here on Big D Energy, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, MRI of Southfield as well. Mike G in the chat, Doc, I've been stretching more because of Dr. Pierce. And look, I was at Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. I got in on the stretch cage, and Doc, it was the most intense stretch session to date. So thank you. I've noticed, for real, I'm being for real, like with the people out there. I owe you a lot, Doc, because it's improved my flexibility. I'm not kidding with everybody here. Like, I made it a priority, and we're doing it. So thank you, Doc. I just wanted to tell you that.
No, I mean, our goal is if I can get 10% of the listeners to change their lifestyle, then I feel I've been successful by putting time onto the show and educating the people. I mean, that's what keeps me going, is hearing that people are listening, that's making a difference. I mean, I know what we talk about is sometimes silly, but hopefully they're getting the message that this is real. And the better infrastructure you have at any age, the better the longevity of your life is going to be. I mean, I'm talking right now, like I'm in Florida. We're talking about my company called Balance Now. I love the idea. We heard about, you brought up stretching. Stretch Zone sold for a ton of money, and it's a simple concept. I mean, it's a simple concept for proactive prevention, and this country needs to start moving towards proactive and prevention. And that's it, because there will be no Medicare dollars left for those 20-year-olds right now. So the better you build your infrastructure.
Well, I think, Doc, the best part is that how you relate it to every day, and how, even though we're talking about Lions injuries and what to do and stuff like that, the big thing is that you are here for everybody. And I always make the case, it's not what you did for me, it's what you've done for my family and for my son and stuff like this. So all that people need to know is there's different options out there. And when it comes to it, you're always exploring to make it better. And you're always adding a new wrinkle from rock doc to pickleball doc to now stretch captain to whatever else. But it's great knowledge to be able to pass, along the way. Let me ask you this, because we're coming up on the turkey season and stuff like this, as far as eating and stuff like this. Is it just as simple as going out for a walk or being active and stuff like this? Everybody worries about eating too much at this time. But if, go out and have a walk, you shouldn't worry about, have at it, eat whatever you want.
Yeah. The best thing about the Lions game on Thanksgiving for Detroiters is that people feel they want to go out and play catch, which is the activity they should all be doing after they eat. The walk after, the worst thing you can do is eat a big meal and lay down. You've got to work your metabolism. You've got to work your body. You got to work your energy levels and burn that off. You can pick on the traditional turkey meal as not the most healthy meal, but, maybe back down 25%. But you're absolutely right. That walk, that family walk, that bonding, make it a bonding moment, but an exercise moment. And what I love when you do the walk, don't just do that simple little walk. Do a lunge once in a while. Reach out. Do the stretches while you're walking. You want to walk for 15 minutes? Stretch for 10 of them. Lunge out. Switch up it. Walk backwards. Walk sideways. The simple old person walk. Nobody's old. We can all kind of turn around, twist, and work on your balance. So there's a lot even in a simple family walk that you can do. And bring the dog if you have it.
All right, well, Doc, as always, my friend, we appreciate it. People in the chat, Greg, Dr. Jeff is great. Jay Cruz and 71, good tips from the doc for sure. Also, too, in the Woodward Sports chat thread, IT Hips, everyone listening closely to Dr. Pierce with all these injuries that are popping up. Yeah, tens of thousands of people watch him on social media. So, absolutely, Doc. Hey, we appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving, my friend. Thank you.
Doctor. You and your
all right,
family.
both to you, too. Have a great Thanksgiving.
There he is, Dr. Pierce, our injury insider, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Let's talk about the pregame show, everybody. We'll be tapped in here in the studio. Myself and Sean Belesian will be with you. What are we, 10 to noon? I would assume that's what it's going to be. 10 to noon. All right, people are nodding, so that's right. On Sundays, too, Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. That's Matthew Broder and Terry Foster. And then myself and Sean Belesian with the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. And don't forget, home games not tomorrow or not Thursday. We're going to be in studio Thursday. Just remember that. Trying to get everybody home and give as much time with their families as possible. But again, tens of thousands of you watch it because we're doing football days unlike anybody in Detroit. That is factual. We'll have it for you again. If your uncle's getting on your nerves or whatever, just put the earbuds in. Tap in to the Woodward Sports pregame show. It is Woodward Sports, your home for football in Detroit.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We already told you Soroki's was taking over Michigan. Check out their new Fenton and Heartland locations today. Don't miss out on their grand opening events in Fenton on December 5th and in Heartland on December 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. Enjoy exclusive giveaways, a chance to win free Soroki's for a year, and the cheapest gas in the state. Come out and enjoy the fun, food, and unbeatable deals at Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We also have KG, Spencer Raxter, and young Justin in the building as well. Happy to have you all with us here. Just talking some Detroit Lions. And, Lions, baby. Absolutely. Lions, Bears Thursday. Be afraid, everybody. Be afraid of Caleb Williams. That's what I was told.
Nah.
That's what I was told. Terrified. He's playing well.
Have you ever been told something that didn't come true?
Never, not once.
Okay.
Not once.
Mute his mic, KG.
Yep.
Yeah, never, not once. No, but again, you need to be terrified of it. That's what I was told. So there were a couple other things we did want to touch on. And, the Red Wings did get a win yesterday. So happy about that. Young Justin, I know you're upset about that because you want Lalone fired immediately. So are you mad that they won?
See, it's so hard to say that you're mad that they won because then you
but that's what you said.
Yeah, all right, slightly. I was slightly mad that they won because of the fact that they just won't give up on the guy. Like they don't show up for the first two periods. They play like shit. They're not hustling. They're not doing any of the little things, and they just flip this switch in the third period, and they just start humming. And they I'll give it to them, and I said this on the morning show. I'll give them credit. They play hard for Lalonde. They must want Lalonde, but I don't think that he is the answer to this team's issues. I think that there are many coaches that could take this team and put them in playoff contention if they're inserted as the head coach of this team.
The PK is effort, and that's the glaring, and it's they're not good enough to hold on and wait to the end to be able to come back. How many times can you do that in a year?
You can't.
Right? I mean, they're 2-8, 2-8-1. I think trailing after two periods. That's more the norm of who they are, right? Than coming back the way that they have. But again, there's no explosiveness. At least remember we sat here last year and go, okay, they can score. Don't know if they can keep it out of the net. Well, now they can. When these goalies are on, they're keeping it out of the net. It's not because of their defense or anything like that. It's strictly because their goaltenders are winning them games. Look at Alex Lyon last night, especially late down the stretch.
He made 3 or 4 saves.
Guy, you made the greatest point, right? Why are you standing around looking? And I don't care if it's just a PK. It's like you're in between. There's no instinct, right?
They turned the puck over 4 times on a power play right in front of Alex Lyon, right in the zone. Ugly turnovers. Larkin was one of them. Tarasenko, I think, had 2 in a row. Just wide open.
You know what happened if fucking Yzerman broke his stick over you once, or what if somebody broke a stick over somebody? Like, don't do that again. Like instead, but they don't have that. Mm-hmm. They don't have that. They don't have that fire that like they need that leader, that person. They don't have that guy in that lineup.
Yeah, do you think the young guys are being affected by the fact that neither Kane nor Tarasenko will take a body? I mean, I don't expect Kane to take a body, but like I expect some effort on defense.
Well, you know what it's turning into, right? When you're leaders and whatever, it's like Baez and the strike zone, right? If your top guys or whatever aren't doing the little things, right, to help you win. And at least if you're not producing that you're doing the little things and you don't do that, then what example are you setting, for the younger guy? Like you got to be mad at the development of Simon Edvinsson, who's really stepped up away into a number 1 D pair with Mo Seider. Can't be mad at Mo Seider. Mo Seider's lugging minutes. He can't, it changes your game from being out there lining guys up. He'll still hit them, but these guys got to lug all the minutes. So
because he's lugging all the minutes too, it's stunning his growth. He has not grown.
He doesn't have. It's the two of them,
and
right?
He doesn't have a veteran to like. Trouba would have been so big for Edvinsson and for Seider just off the fact of the leadership and the knowledge that he can bestow on those two, because that's what those two are going to be in the future. They're going to be, specifically more Edvinsson, a Jacob Trouba type of defenseman. Like where they're big, they're physical, and they dominate games with their presence on the ice. We have 2 guys who are going to be able to do that in the future for us, but it just seems like they're just hindered by the knowledge that they have.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Shane Daniel, is Caleb Williams this generation's Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, that's a good comp. He'll end up being that way. So, D-Mac, let me do this. Let me take the break, and I got a question for you. and this is boiled down to 2 comments in the chat. And maybe it's a little unfair of me. I don't know. We'll see, though. All I can do is ask you and see what direction you go in. Mark White?
Mark White, let me tell you about Mark White. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs on your new home. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White will get you in your dream home. Again, it's markwhitesells.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you. KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, young Justin here in the building. He's home on break from Western Michigan, though he's rooting for Michigan when they play Western Michigan in hockey. Sometimes, if he goes to the game in Kalamazoo on Friday, he'd root for Western Michigan, but then if he went to the game at Yost on Saturday, then he would root for Michigan. Don't know, maybe he'd wear the sweatshirt with the Western logo and the hat with the Michigan logo, or maybe he would rock the Western hat with the Michigan sweatshirt. You don't know what he's going to do. That's the moral of the story. No, but we're talking Red Wings right now. Oh, by the way, in 8 minutes, we will have the Sonic and Knuckles Lions commercial for Thursday. We'll play it when we come back from the next break. So make sure you stick around for that. D-Mac, let's boil this down then. This Red Wings discussion. Let's cut the ish, all right? Woodward Sports chat thread. And again, you guys, I love the way you guys do this. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel like 73,000 of you have done. And do my job for me, because you guys have done an excellent job of doing my job for me here. Just a fan. I am on the fire Lalone bandwagon. Okay, Cody Ingalls says, D-Mac, you can't fire the chef if the ingredients aren't good. And then Just a Fan says, when there is problems with effort, then there is a problem with coaching. Which is it?
Wait, the first one from Cody?
Is you can't fire the chef if the ingredients aren't good.
Okay, if you own the restaurant, you can fire any chef.
If
you're the boss to whatever else, you're expected to do as the owner or the head chef, right, would want. Yes, is it fair? No. But it's facts. That's what it is. And it's about progress. And the whole thing is, you know what's keeping his job? Is what I've said. The progress of Marco Kasper and Simon Edvinsson and stuff. But the thing is, this is all on, when it comes down to effort, it's on the coach. When it comes down to systems and style, it's on the coach. When it comes down to giving away in front of your zone on the power play and careless and not giving a shit, I like hoof-hearted, right? I'm going to take it right out of Shoresy's. They may like to win, but they don't hate to lose. That was the biggest thing with us. And I think with this Lions team, right, is winning is great, but losing is even worse than winning is great, if that makes sense. And I don't feel that here. It's business as usual. And how do I know that? Because I hear from guys around. You know, you're talking about, Doc Pierce brought up a point about who are the real, you want to know the real deal about what's going on, go ask the guys who live there. The guys who are there all the time, the equipment guys, the trainer guys, the guys who are putting in the work. I mean, it's just sort of the way that the new NHL is. It's just, you know, another one of the 82 games. And so to me, And so then you ask, the question is, why would you or why wouldn't you? Because again, Hoofhart had said it. It's his Lalonde, I think, has always been, but he's a seat warmer to the next guy. He was never gonna be this guy. It's just that is his string running short, right? From the fans, from what I hear, yes,
it's gone. The road's
right,
gone.
Exactly. But again, we don't make that decision, so there's a reason, and you got to say, like, is it either because you can't get the guy that you want, or because it just doesn't matter? So I don't know these answers. I'm not there. But I know that when it comes down to effort and when it comes down, like I will repeat it, that penalty killing, that is the most disgusting, like, hurts my heart. You nailed it, Jesus. And you know what? If it hurts mine, I know
who
it
else
kills
is hard
Drake's
hurts, yeah.
even more. And it kills Steve, because that's the pride. We won championships not because of putting it in, it's keeping it out.
And about the ingredients thing, like, you can't tell me that the goaltending isn't better. The decor might be slightly worse, but the decor wasn't in any great shape last year either. And the offense should be comparable to last year's offense. This team should be not this much worse than their team was last year. There's no doubt about it, and Lalonde isn't getting everything out of it.
But here's the biggest thing, and I noticed this looking at the stats the other day, and I know Edmonton scored an empty netter. I think he got 4 goals from the defense and maybe like 8 assists. 9 assists.
You had 2
something
yesterday.
Like
Edmonton had a couple points yesterday because he had the shot that Raymond tipped in, and then Sider got the first goal. So you like to see those getting active, but that's another thing. When those guys aren't on the ice, there's nothing. You have nothing. Absolutely.
Oh, dude, how many of you were like that PK at the end or whatever like this, and you got Petrie and Hall out there?
I was
good plays out front of the net, but gosh, if Lyon's not there, make 3
fighting
huge
demons.
saves.
Yeah. They pulled the goalie, and it was when Sherratt got the double minor, so it was even strength, but they pulled their goalie, and I see fucking Petrie and Sherratt on the ice, or not Sherratt, Petrie and Hall on the ice. I was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? Put out Evanson and Sider. It was only 3 minutes left of the game. Sorry, you guys are playing the last 3 minutes of the game.
Or
it's
Johansson.
a one-score game, and you
use a timeout and make it happen.
Watt pulls his goalie with like 3 minutes left because he's a lunatic. But I can't see those guys on the ice in crunch time situations. And it sucks that Sider and Evanson are going to have to play so much. But if you want to be a playoff team, they have to play 30-plus minutes a night.
That's it. That's just it. Woodward Sports chat thread, I did a bad job with this. And D-Mac, this is going to be putting you on the spot.
Bring it.
Aaron Teal. And I don't know if you caught this or not because you were away. Friday I had Terry Foster on. And, of course, we had all the Bryce Underwood stuff going on and everything. And it kind of got lost in the wash a little bit. But Terry Foster said one of the more interesting things, had one of the more interesting stories, I think, that we've ever discussed here on Big D Energy. Aaron Teal, did no one in the chat see Terry Foster break the news about Chris Ilitch and his interference when it comes to Wings free agency? I think Steve is giving out the contracts he's allowed to give out. Terry broke it down. And you know Terry.
Yeah.
You know Terry
Trust
professionally.
Terry.
You know what he's about.
Right.
He's not in here dropping bullshit.
No. And here's the one thing, right? Like, it's like, don't tell me what, tell me who. And if it's Terry Foster saying it from not only the history that you have, is that he's somebody that go to for his opinion because he's old, he's been there.
Right. He said that Steven Stamkos was in heavy negotiations with the Red Wings. They had the terms agreed to pretty much on a 3-year deal. Nashville was in the mix too. Nashville went back to Stamkos. People said, we'll give you a 4th year. Steve said, let me get you an answer on that. I got to go run it up the ladder. These are not Steve's words. These are my inferences of it. He said, okay, we can get him if we get a 4th year. Let me know. There was never a response. Then he signs with Nashville because they gave him the 4th year. He did not get the okay to offer the 4th year.
So what that tells me is the perception of what I even believe, right, of how communication goes. It's more 3 Mile Island. It's more.
But why?
I have no idea. But does that not Does that not track with what we're watching with 100%, the baseball team?
100%.
Right? So it tracks. So again, maybe I thought the autonomy that Steve Yzerman has, he doesn't have.
And my only question...
Which would blow me away, which it also blows me away a lot of other things in this. This tracks like the PK.
That's little Chris.
Right? This tracks like the PK. All I care, I got a new chair. Who gives a shit? And I got a cord, I got a power cord.
But D-Mac,
these are their issues.
I know, but D-Mac, I can't understand the logic in a cap league where it doesn't matter.
Look at my face. I'm not really surprised.
Little
like
Chris,
when I go
over them
down
garbage
in my
cans.
heart. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy work to me to even
so maybe
suggest
people
that.
should understand that. Maybe it's bigger, and to me, why that, and because it comes from Terry, but the imperativeness is just if you're having this argument on the Cy Young Triple Crown winner to whatever and giving an embarrassing contract, like, so this is big. I don't know. Does this make you feel better or feel worse?
No, it makes me feel infinitely worse because there's another force acting against you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It makes me feel worse that way, but it explains the why and it's sort of like, okay, so there's more handcuffs than I thought there were. I thought he had autonomy. Maybe
but here's why it makes me feel worse, D-Mac, because I don't understand the why. It's a cap league. This is your GM. What do you care how he spends the money? Because he's not going to do the deal if it doesn't fit under the cap. And if it fits under the cap and it doesn't work, then it's Steve Yzerman's fault. Like that's what I don't get. I don't understand the philosophy behind it, the why.
And I don't either.
Players, Neil, can you admit you were wrong about the Red Wings? They're not in a good spot, and Stevie is on the hot seat. No, because I like the core of talent. I like the core of talent.
And
we can go through the list, man. And you can't look me in the eye and say, no, I disagree with that. You can't. You like Lucas Raymond, Mo Sider, Dylan Larkin, the extension,
Rasmussen,
the trade for DeBrincat. You like Kane. I know you like Kane. Everybody loved Kane. You see what I'm getting at here? Like, you can't deny that, man. So, yeah. All right. Hey, when we come back, the Sonic and Knuckles commercial from the Lions for Thursday, by the way. When we come back, we're going to go right out of the break, right to it. Let the fans watch.
Live watch party and the post-game show for Woodward Sports. Normally they are at Hey Social, but this week they're going to be here in the studio for Thanksgiving. But they're always presented by New Holland Brewing, Sabbath Coffee, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Make sure you tap in next week when we're back out there at Hey Social. It's always fun. Come join us for the live watch party, the post-game show. Not this week, not for Thanksgiving, but starting next week again at Hey Social.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer. What if you want a Kia? What if you want a Ford? The address is the same, FeldmanAuto.com. They have 18 dealerships. They've been around since 1996. They're rooted in Detroit. They do great charity work with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital as well. They're part of the fabric, everybody. If you need a car, any kind of car, go to FeldmanAuto.com. That's where your journey starts. Final segment of the
enough
show.
with the Sonic and Knuckles stuff. Ja, stop leaving your rings all over the place. It's a facility hazard. Demo, stop smashing everything that you touch. You got any idea how much a blocking sled costs? And if y'all keep talking about Dr. Robotnik in film room, I'm gonna lose it. Guys, do you even hear me? Sonic and Knuckles, come on. I need you on Thanksgiving.
Another Sonic and Knuckles dream?
Hell yeah.
All right, that was funny, man. That was absolutely
That was
funny.
great.
Yep, they are though, man. That was a great. Whoever invented that was on top of their game.
Yeah,
we'll say it like that. Hey, Spenny, I forgot to bring this up to you. Can we do the generator for the draft
right now?
Can we or no?
Yeah.
We can. All right. So while he does that,
nice.
Scotty Montgomery, not the actor that Dan Campbell is. I will say that.
No doubt, no doubt. Young Justin, are you in the building tomorrow?
Yes.
You're here?
Yes.
Do you want to participate in the Thanksgiving Day food draft?
Yes.
Okay. 5 spots. We're going to do a random generator for draft spots. It will be a snake draft. 1 through 5. Some of the rules, some of the baseline here for our Thanksgiving food draft tomorrow. Mashed potatoes and gravy are a separate entity.
Fair.
Gravy comes into play on far too many foods.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cool Whip an item? Like whipped cream,
be.
Cool Whip.
It can be, yeah.
I say no. I say that's an accessory.
Cool Whip is an item for sure.
Yeah. Because what else you putting on the pie? Pause.
I feel like that comes with the pie. I feel like that should be a
where
separate
are we at?
category.
I say it can be a separate item.
I think it's the same thing as gravy.
We're going to need more items.
What's the question?
Therefore,
is Cool Whip a separate entity in the same vein as gravy? Cool Whip whipped cream. Cool whipped cream. We'll call it.
No, I think it goes automatically. It's an accessory piece that goes automatic with.
But
if
see,
you choose a pie that has whipped cream on it, like a cherry pie or a pumpkin pie or whatever, it comes with whipped cream on it.
See, Cody Ingle says you don't eat it alone, but it is the main reason. The pie is the delivery mechanism for the whipped cream. That is why I have a slice of pie to have the whipped cream.
Understandable, but that goes to any pie. It's like it's like a caveat. It comes with.
Okay, fair. All right, good enough for me. All right, that's fine. It's understood.
We don't need extra items. I'm just
separate.
Yeah, the gravy though, I would contend because I don't eat mashed potatoes. But I put that gravy
on the
I put that ish on everything.
Yeah, you can put that on a lot of stuff.
No
All right,
doubt.
Let's see if I got this.
So okay, there we go.
Yes, Dabber, the Cool Whip container for leftovers.
Right now, Spencer is conducting the random draw. Way more random than the NBA. There are no frozen envelopes.
Yeah.
In this one. So Spencer Raxter's concocting that right now.
I'm excited.
Patrick, and not that tub BS. Whip up some heavy cream, son. Homemade whipped cream has its place.
That's the best. Yeah.
No doubt. Charlie, Black Santa has a Cool Whip.
Ha.
That is true.
I see what you did there.
Mike G, I love the mashed potatoes. Hunter, I don't know about you guys, but I'll go straight Cool Whip for sure. I've been known to as well. I'll take a spoonful of the Cool Whip.
Yeah.
I'm not above it.
No. Is Cool Whip and regular whipped cream, is it different? Is that kind of like the margarine of
yeah,
whipped cream?
I guess so. Surprisingly,
Cool Whip and whipped cream are definitely different things.
No, they are, but they're of the same vein.
Yeah.
Like, what about like chicken gravy and turkey gravy?
Right. It's
you
like
know what
butter
I mean?
and margarine,
It's not letting me, because I have to type in the names, and when I type in, I can't do it on vMix because it moves it around. But I got it right here.
You got it right here. Have you loaded it?
I've loaded it.
Have you run it yet?
I have not run it yet.
Okay. So, with that being said, let me know when you're ready to run it, Spenny.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Snake draft, right?
Snake draft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick number 1. Do 5. Pick number 5.
Pick number 5 belongs to Darren McCarty.
All right, yes, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Be careful, boys. Be careful.
He gets a double up.
As I always like to say, D-Mac, I'm not going to be wrong twice.
I'm not going to be wrong.
He gets a double up.
Pick number 4.
Belongs to Justin.
Justin with pick number 4.
The worst pick in the draft. All right.
I would contend 3 is, which is probably what I'll get. Pick number 3.
Is Neil.
Oh, that's going to be a That's going to be a plate with stuff you're not going to be. Mine's going to be.
It's going to be tough.
Everything's going to go into one.
So that means that pick number 1 in the draft belongs to
KG.
KG. The Blacks win again. What's up?
That's crazy.
So there you go, everybody. Those are the ground rules.
I think you got to end the show there.
Yeah.
Yep. We are ready to go. Tomorrow, heavy Thanksgiving. Spenny, can you do a Thanksgiving nickel package for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
I love your holiday nickel packages.
I got you.
So we'll have the Thanksgiving food draft, 4 rounds, snake draft. You guys will rate the drafts after it's over. We'll have a Thanksgiving nickel package as well. So that cool for everybody? Lots of Lions talk tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, Nick Hedigan, go Blacks.
Yeah. Damn right. It's about time we won something around here.
Jeez.
You guys, man. All right. For D-Mac, for KG, Spencer, Raxter, Young Justin, my name's Neil Rowe. Thanks for tapping in. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Well, see you later.